A tribute to John Lennon, conveying a message of harmony and tranquility. John Lennon remains a significant figure in contemporary society, even 79 years after his birth on October 9, 1940. Lennon, commonly linked with the hippie movement, utilized his music to disseminate progressive and inspiring messages during a time of worldwide renown and turmoil. Lennon's affinity for music was ignited by his connections with his mother. John Lennon was born in Liverpool, England, to Julia and Alfred Lennon. He grew up in a difficult environment, with an often absent father and a mother who visited him while he resided with his aunt. Julia instructed Elvis in the art of playing the banjo and regularly listened to Elvis's music. The absence of his parents is mostly responsible for his nonconformity. I would gain insight into the thoughts and perspectives of the other boys. In September 1980, just 3 months before to his tragic death, Lennon expressed the view that parents are not divine beings, as he himself did not reside with his own parents and thus have first-hand knowledge on the matter. The theme of global harmony conveyed in Imagine remains pertinent in contemporary times. He was a few decades ahead of his time in his attempt to revolutionize music and transform people's mindset. Nevertheless, the unity Lennon alludes to is crucial in the current global context. This is a world where the U.S. president cavalierly manipulates his rhetoric without regard for the ensuing ramifications. It is a world where Great Britain is in the process of exiting a supranational entity that fosters international cohesion. Moreover, it is a world that necessitates concerted efforts to halt the alarming degradation of the environment, which we have regrettably permitted to persist. Lennon is sometimes criticized for being hypocritical due to his advocacy for peace while also mistreating and neglecting his family from his initial marriage to Cynthia Powell. Julian, Lennon's son, has openly expressed his feelings about being abandoned, having a distant relationship, and receiving fewer assets in the will. This is in stark contrast to Lennon's public and dishonest portrayal of his relationship with his eldest son. Prior to his death, Lennon stated, "I do not harbor any diminished affection for Julian as my offspring. Regardless of whether he was conceived due to alcohol consumption or due to the absence of medical interventions at that time, he remains my biological offspring. He is present, he belongs to me, and he always will." He concluded by stating that he and Julian will convene at a later date. This could indicate his metamorphosis prompted by his second spouse, Yoko Ono, who compelled him to critically examine his misogynistic perspectives on women for the initial time. However, he made no effort to repair his relationship with his son or reconcile with his family. Unfortunately, he was unable to do so as he died on December 8, 1980, approximately 40 years after he was born. Ultimately, these experiences served as a catalyst for his productivity. Despite his involvement in events such as the Bed-In for Peace in 1969 and the Britain Murdered Hanratty Banner March, his major mode of expression was music. He exhibited his empathy for the proletariat by participating in their demonstration. President Nixon's attempt to deport John Lennon during 1972 to 1973 marked a prominent phase of American activism. Nixon firmly believed that John Lennon's anti-war statements and concert, which coincided with the Republican National Convention, would hinder his chances of getting re-elected. Through his remarkable achievements, personal challenges, strong advocacy, and unwavering commitment to global harmony, he has imparted valuable lessons on the importance of showing respect towards others. In 1980, Lennon expressed his desire for societal acceptance and to shed his reputation as a boisterous poet/musician. However, I am unable to feign being someone I am not. Let that be the proclamation in a regressive society. May peace prevail, we have zero tolerance for fighting.